き出し悲観とする我がさが湧き立つこの タタ
What? Well, guys, I'm back. Turns out I didn't have the microphone on the whole time. Well, I didn't have the microphone on throughout the whole video. Well, that's surprising. What? Nothing. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just leave. Though neither Miku nor Ziana was causing too much trouble. Except for one was too talkative and the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially compared to some other I could name. I'm surprised I didn't have the microphone on. Wait, did I have it earlier on? I don't even remember. I gotta check. Oh, seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, did you know together our cabin is the rearmost? I mean the farthest most from here. I mean the last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena left Slavia. Or Ziana, worse, even with electronic. Most certainly is shy. Lena was excessively talkative. Miku as a pair. That's really a surprise. Did you find Shurik? It's strange that Ziana is disturbed by so many problems. No. Surely he's at the village buying cigarettes. Wait, what? Why would he want to buy cigarettes? Or vodka. Okay, vodka. Okay, that's something. She snorted. Village? At the moment, the conversation is got much more interesting. Got a problem with villages? Ziana looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I think so. She said uncertainly. Look at Lena and Miku. But they were busy with their music. They didn't pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Zena started her dish. Consider her dish. There must be something nearby. Listen. I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her. Oh, there is a chance that she doesn't really know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miki talking about some nonsense. I was just going to slowly manage silence. Oh God. The obvious thing that I did after getting out after that was inhale a great breath of fresh air. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I would find anything more exciting to do the rest of the evening. That was something interesting, could arise quite unexpected. I was approaching the square when I heard something, a loud bang. A bomb? It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. I am in a hostile environment, not even knowing the rules and laws of this place. It was better for me to run, but at the same time I was curious. Probably I would have just kept standing here until somebody grabbed my hand. It was Olga. Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Did you ever imagine about me? I made her fitfully. It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope. When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers in the streets. All the vigorously pushed through the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously someone had tried to blow up Jenda, but the attacker fell. The monument was still standing upright. There was only dim ash traces of the pedestal. Well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneer thieves. Surely it has been done by organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at the what? I noticed Gianna had listened in the crowd, and it looks like our captain noticed that too. You two, come here. They approached reluctantly. Oh shit, why always me? If you think so, show me your hands to reach. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw them smeared with black. I noticed that carbon acid? What was it? Now it's clear. What did you make that? The junior terrorists seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out abruptly. Active carbon was mean. Salt, pepper, and sulfur? Yep, science. It's chemistry. It's all chemistry stuff. Wait a minute. Carbon? Carbon she stole from the first aid kit. Why exactly the monument? What did this honor man ever do to you? Fighting out for the rights of... I could hardly imagine how long she could have kept on scolding Lisa. The electronic hand popped out at that very moment, shouting, I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here, the electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot! Okay, calm down. Tell us the detail where you found it. In the forest, on the way to the old camp. Wait, old camp? which ran among the pioneers. The whole camp? The whole camp? Oh, are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this camp? I joined in the conversation. It's nothing special, really. She's staring. One of the Sicilian legends tells the story of the young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with the pioneers but he rejected her, and so she killed herself. She committed harakiri with a kitchen knife. Next day, that boy was hit by a bus. He had ran out of the crowd. Bus? Oh, I knew it! It's actually about science. Doesn't have any things as a good, so it happens to be afraid of. Anyways, somebody should go there. Some of the crowds started to thin out. All this almost night. Maybe tomorrow? Turn around. Saw us like that night. That night something happens to me. No, tonight. Right now. By the way, where's this place? This one of the nurses and told me the story. The camp. I can't believe I look at me. Attentive. If you think that I'm the only man here, I think I look around the area. Of course. Electronic was going to flee. I still didn't want to talk really want to look. If you ask me, I would. Oh no! It's like, well, I mean, there's 4 of them. I either go alone or just go with one of them. Oh, come on. I just go with the right one. Well, let's do it. I won't have to go there alone, will I? Hold thought for a moment. You may be right, we'll go tomorrow. For the last few minutes, I noticed that Nina had a strange look on her face. As if she wanted to say something, but didn't dare to. The pioneers, 3 started to despair, as if they had forgotten about this random explosion. Even our leader seemed to calm down and didn't react when the wannabe terrorists left the square, hiding behind. Juliana, you should go too. Yes. I quickly found the camp. There's only a brief moment. Between the first rays of the setting sun till complete darkness here in the south, or maybe in this world. You don't have enough time to enjoy the variety of sunset colors. It was too early to go to bed, but the leader confidently walked to her cabin as if mentally dragging me with her. Olga, I'll take a little walk. Okay. She looked at me attentively, but didn't find any reason to object. Shrugged her shoulders and kept walking. Back to the square. I didn't really want to look closely at the trivial damage done to Jan's statue, but it was the exact center of the camp. If you don't know where to go, you should start here. As I mentioned, look to the west, and whatever Earth here revolves on the exact as it should. As there was an actual north or south, it's hard to say. At this time, I didn't have any ideas on how to check the fundamental laws of nature. Hi. Lena appeared next to me as if from nowhere. Hi, can't sleep? She looked at me in surprise. Well, yes. It is still early. My eyes sit. Yeah, of course, sit down. I moved over a little. Saying a little was in fact an understatement. I shifted myself to the end of the bench. Thanks. Lena sat and looked at the skies as if she forgot about me. It's sad. What is sad? Shurik disappeared. Yes, things aren't too good. She was, as usual, keeps silent most of the time. She blushed with embarrassment, only to have to speak to do something. At the same time, with silence which could be seen as awkward made. Many people, including myself, was quite natural for her. I could hardly imagine Lena making an effort to carefully choose the right words to start the conversation, or make a good remark trying to not look stupid, alternatively not to try it until it was decent. I just was able to compare her to anyone. She was just content with being herself. Does that mean anything that attempts to start a conversation with her could be seen as rude? That the expression become friends could be interpreted as an intrusion in her private life? Maybe this girl was attractive. Maybe it was her mysteriousness, and she was certainly wasn't light in appearance or feminine appearance. I didn't have an answer for that. That's why I still haven't been openly accused of being annoying. I'm sure she'll find out. You'll find out He'll be found. How can you escape from a submarine? Lena didn't seem to appreciate the joke. This camp just seemed to be a large submarine to me. Only, I hope so. Tomorrow we'll call the police and we'll find for sure. And what if during the night, her expression grew sad? What if something happens to him? Alone at night, in the forest, anything could happen. He must be lonely. No one forced him to go there. What if he just got lost? He shouldn't go alone in the forest alone. You don't have any pity for him at all. Shurik sitting there all alone. Of course, I pitied for him. I felt ashamed. In any case, Lena was right. No person was missing. Anything could happen during the night. We weren't any serious going to search for him now, are we? She didn't reply, still for someone far away. Do you really think that roaming around the forest in the dark is a good idea? Probably not. For some reason I wasn't sure that exactly what she thought. Recently I seem to be starting to understand Lena without words more often, and she seemed to be influencing me psychologically, making me agree with her. Lena's silence was more informative than any other chatter or attempt at persuasion. They looked for him during the day already. Everywhere. She stopped watching the sunset and looked at me. I don't know, I think everywhere. What about the old camp? The first time the words saw itself assured, not badly indifferent. Where is it? I have no idea. Electronic told us. Let me trust him. I grinned stupidly, but Lena kept looking at me seriously. Sure, if it's not too far. So do you want to go? Of course I don't. We can, if it's just there and back quickly. Okay. Lena smiled and gave me a flashlight which appeared from nowhere. Yes, that would be useful. But this means she'll be prepared beforehand. And nothing was up to me. I sat still and head to the forest with her. My fellow in the camp. Oh, it's gonna be an hour today. We walked slowly and Lena was next to me, near but not too close. It was strange, but it looked like she wasn't afraid or anything. Moreover, she didn't seem to be bothered much more about what we're doing, as if we were walking the forest at night, but just watching a movie of the people playing games. Actually, electronic said the local camp was not too far and if we walked straight to it, then it would be hard to get lost. I was completely unsure what we were talking about. We'll be straight and ever more. It started to seem that it would be a miracle for us to even get out of here. But I didn't want to lose face. Before Lena saw I tried to walk cheerfully. The forest was full of silent feathering shadows and gleaming beams. The grass quietly rustled under my feet and branches rustled over my heads. The old oaks stood next to the young birches. Large mushrooms emerged from under the land as if taking off their large heads in salute. On any other day, or rather at any other time of the day, it would look beautiful. Maybe sleep at night too, but nevertheless I shuddered by each gust of wind. Look! Lena pointed forward, I rubbed my eyes and saw a gap between the trees. On a minute, and we were in a rather large clearing. In the middle of it stood a building which looked like a village, school, or kindergarten. The painting was falling out of the walls. There were several holes on the roof, aftermath of bombing, and the glass windows looking at us, sadly and a little threatening. It was not very pleasant at sight. I could remember how I imagined this place a moment ago. It was like all the images had been erased from my memory, replaced by this suppressed graveyard. It was creepy. Lena was still standing suddenly, but naturally, an expression of fright appeared on her face. Do you think he is here? I have no idea. If sure was, then a haunted house would be the last place I'd hide in. Shall we go? I didn't manage to answer. The moon appeared from behind the clouds and illuminated the clearing with new colors. Actually, one color, the white of the grave. I could see more clearly the distant trees and the shrub. It felt like the temperature drop several degrees, making me shiver. Are you afraid? Lena acted calmly. Honestly, she smiled impressively and took my hand. It would have caused a storm of emotions in any other situation, but at the time it felt like basically a city. We slowly walked to the building. no. We walked through the playground. I pushed the merry-go-round, causing it to creak nicely. As it made a half turn, Lena shivered, grabs my hand together. Sorry, I probably just remember my childhood. Did you like merry-go-rounds? Well, yes, actually, I don't know. I don't remember probably all children like them. I didn't like them. Why? I got dizzy when I rode them. No wonder if you spin too fast. I like swings more. Well, you can get dizzy on the swing as well. Well, why would you? I don't know. That conversation you had is struck me. But then I stopped worrying myself about everything. About Shurik, about our night trip, Lena, I found this world is not so alien. Finally reached the doors. Inside the old camp building reminded me of kindergarten, the one I attended in my childhood. At first, even the room arrangement was the same. Shurik, grave like silence replied to us. Even the wind outside has calmed. Looked like nobody is here. We should check anyway. Lena's courage still didn't even excuse us surprise. Or should I say her lack of normal self-preservation instincts tones. I don't know if this behavior is strange for this girl or not. Okay, let's do it. We walked through, except all the rooms that we can. I expect the attic. There were signs that people had visited this place anywhere. We heard empty bottles and other garbage. There's no sign of Shurik. We turned to the hall where we started our search. What should we do next? I have no idea. Lena sat on the steps and stared at her feet. I think we should go back. I began carefully. It's late, and can just the two of us really search the entire forest wall? You may be right. It looks sad, and her expression let me know that the search was not over yet. Well, I am. Her hands in your session. I sat next to her. Well, should we think about the worst outcome? Are you saying no? But oh no, look at her face. Are there any wild animals around? I doubt it. Then calm down for a once. He may be sleepy somewhere, but he will wake up in the morning and return to the camp. Because of course, I jumped into my feet and started walking in a circle around the hall. I don't want to leave this place, but to get out of the forest, but it was that Lena's behavior was keeping me here. I wanted to go on and persuade her, but then I threw a skin on the floor. It was a trapdoor. But look at the garbage and dust around it. It had been open recently. Look. Do you think Shurik is here? Lena squatted and carefully pulled the attic's edge. It may not be Shurik, but someone has surely used it recently. I've already got to find that damn key to hell. Let's check it out. The shutter wasn't very heavy, so you could open it without much effort. I directed flashlight and saw a ladder going down a couple meters. It was like a cellar. Let's go down. I looked at Lena and tried to understand what was on her mind. She have a craving for adventure like Anna, so where's our evil spirit then? Man, she's just big nuts. Clearly they seem like a crazy person. But anyways, Hina said she really is a human, and you can evaluate her with human behavioral logic. That thought should have scared me. Sorry if I didn't pay attention among the millions of other thoughts. So some of them were important, for example, what could have been there. I climbed down and looked around. Everything's okay? After I made sure that there was nothing to be afraid of, called Lena. Still, Lena won't corridor certainly was in a cellar. Its architecture more resembled KGB dungeons or a subterranean tunnel. I don't know which could be better. There could be counts of wires on the fastening. Wow. Okay. Shall we go? Lena without any motion. Where to? Oh yes. Well, Shurik is there. What would he be doing there? In case he would be refused her today, so we forgot about our fear headed towards darkness. Linda walked next to me, holding my hand. The sound of the touch was interrupted by a sound of steps, and water drifted from the ceiling. I moved too forward slowly, maybe too slowly. Suddenly felt the surge of claustrophobic. I gritted my teeth and squeezed the torch, but this is my grip at once. It would break the source. Linda kept silent, and her silence seemed louder. I started to fear. Say something. Door? What? There's a door. Push your point forward. It came to a massive metal biohazard, like a bomb shelter. As I heard something about it. Why is it here? I have no idea, maybe because of the Cuban missiles. Cuban? I say that the perfect time to construct the camp makes sense. However, building a bomb shelter here is like building an airport at Faggot. What minute is this? An hour 37? An hour 32? It said faggot in a number. Or, yeah, in the Northern Berlin, I don't know how you say this in the UK. It wasn't deep enough to be the varsity installation. Door definitely had a push away. I made up my mind and opened the door with difficulty. We entered the room, see to me. Wow! Looking quarters to make bed, some signs of we didn't find any sign of Shurik here. Look, it was holding a fragrant smell. Why would I need it? To fight monsters? There are no monsters here. Unless I want to believe that. If you say so, I guarantee it. I didn't want to observe it, but I took it in to flare gun into my belt. It might be handy a flare gun. We thoroughly searched the room once again. There were two exits. The first was the door we had entered, and the other one. The other door, exactly the same as when we left. Here I felt excitement to years to reach the end of this labyrinth to learn about. Oh my gosh, could he be here? However, this surely wasn't a computer game. There's no option to save. Maybe with this. Lena offered me a ratchet big crowbar. I'll give it a try with my first. The door did bulge. Didn't want to move. The lid creaked naturally. The door wheel didn't turn a millimeter. Okay, give it to me. It was easy with the crowbar. In the end, the obstacle collapsed, hitting the floor loudly. The hinge will rustle completely. I pointed the flashlight to the passageway. There was just a quarter like, let's go. And it was constantly dragging me on. Where are you rushing to? Me? I'm not. She blushed in confusion. What should I make of her? First, she doesn't fear a thing. She gets lost after war. You're like you don't fear anything. I don't want what to fear. You won't protect me anyway. She added barely audibly. Yes, counting me. She believes in me, and no matter what, it's possible. Stupid, naive, but possible. I clearly thought that I could protect anyone myself. Nothing's up to me in this world. The powers that brought me here could do anything. That didn't exactly mean that. A battlefield death awaiting me in the end of the tunnel. It could be lying in wait where this camp is. Let's go. I could try to walk part of the landscape to not be bothered by that. The quarter was exactly the same as the previous one. In every last detail, there's nothing shocking about it. At the last point, I feel that I'm walking in circles. First, I heard it start trembling visibly. The spot of the light jump over the walls and floor. Oh no. The hole wasn't too deep and down. And down below we could see rails. What's down there? Look for mine. Shall we have a look? Why not go further along the corridor? I don't know. I think we should go down there. Estimating the height, it would be possible to pull ourselves out. Let's check it out. A mine? Get down. Really was a mine. Could have been mine here. Minecraft? What minerals are there in this area? I don't know. Yeah, it's a question, but looks not. Heading to darkness. It was hard to work because I couldn't choose. I was able to stick close to the narrowness between the rails. I didn't want to get look at his hand. I reached a fork. Just great. Where should we go? But I'm not certain that we'll be able to get out of here at all, especially if we're going to play Pac-Man. Play what? Never mind, we'll get lost. What if there's an exit too? There may be one, and what if there isn't? So we should go back? I lip bit my yelled as loud as I could. Shurik! The loud actual rumble from the direction that once soiled from silly places. See? Now go along. What? I'm going stupid. Don't where to? We must find Shurik, maybe. Then the brush once stared at the ground. No. That won't do if we go together. Okay, then let's go. She smiled and took my hand. How does she manage that? Well, first we should take a sharp stone from the ground and scratch her. Oh God. Now we'll know where we started. I'm always right, but I never do left. Right? This is another. Okay, what's up with these forks? Okay, I'm just gonna go right. And the tunnel has led us into a hole ceiling. Although it's hardly could be ever called a hollow ceiling, it's a mine here. Coal mine, pickaxe and drills. Oh man, it breaks. I know it's a red piece of cloth in this fight. The pioneer neckerchief. Shurik was obviously somewhere here. Shurik? 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 Only echoes amuse us. He was not too far away. Since we have found the scarf here, frankly speaking, I must like wonder where she actually was here. Where could he have gone from here? There's nothing in this room. Sadly, it wasn't the others places in this room we haven't visited yet. The key, that's where we gotta keep searching for him. Seems that there's not a fork in the road. Oh my god. If I go left, I'm going right. Enough with these forks, I'm going right. Left. Then let's go try left. Oh, let's shoot left or right. Let's go right. Oh god. How many forks is this? Came to some miner's camp. Pigs, helmets everywhere. Oh no. Wow. 20th century. So this really is a mine. Oh my. If I just go right all the time. Or left. So we took a wrong turn somewhere. Let's keep on searching. So it's always right. It's always right. We have been here before. Go stop these forks, man. Just go left, I guess. Oh my god, what's up with these forks? What's up with these forks, man? Oh no. These forks are annoying. I thought I was gonna finish the 17 minutes, but man. Just here a few minutes ago. Let's just go left. Wait, left? No. This actually is confusing, to be honest. Okay, this is something is annoying. Oh man. Did we go right? Did we go left? See, there's a fork in the road. Go right. They seem to just go in circles. We have been here before. Yeah, this actually is confusing. There's another fork in the road. Seems to be a difficult thing. Well, I had to end the video here. So I mean, it's an hour right now. So I'll get back to this. So yeah. So hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If I can find my way out of this.